Welcome to the Gump Files, folks. What's in the drive today? Well, we got an Nissan product. Seen better days. Hasn't seen worse days. We're going to do some cleanup on some body. We're going to spray some textured material, rhino liner or rocker guard or raptor guard. I don't know yet. We're going to get rid of these. As you see, they're kind of imploding, rusting down the sides. We're going to grind out some spots. I think we're going to spray the whole thing, clean up all these poly bumpers, take a few things off. There's a nice license plate so you can tell where I live. We're going to do some other things like these here all the way around the wheel wells. We're going to use some straight lines, some straight body lines to mask off. So we're going to run these all the way along, diving down in using this body line. Then I'm probably going to go to this straight line here, not this one here, right across. Clean up that piece of plastic, clean up that one as well. Probably find the natural line here, which you can see if you find the right shadow. Right and around, diving down in there, cleaning that, taking this bush bar thing off, which I don't think, it barely has the ability to support its own weight or itself. As you can see, excuse me, we have the PL lights, which don't work, but they're shiny. So we're going to peel that off. We're going to do this giant 4-foot bumper across, probably into the grill, probably even the hood. Clean up some of this rusty shit. Excuse me for the swear, but it's like a comfortable pair of shoes, this truck or SUV. One of my favorites. Got the 3.3 big six, going to the young lad, friend of mine's young lad. He's gonna drive for the winter. First car, he's gonna find out how horrible on fuel this thing is, but it is battle proven. We picked it up under the guys that didn't need a whole lot, needed an alternator. Found out the alternator was horrible to take out. I didn't take it out, my buddy did. I figured he should learn what the hell is going on with what. A day in the driveway, and he got it out, and then we find out it needed an exhaust, and it needed the whole exhaust and the whole front end, the hubs, ball joints, tie rod ends, so on and so forth. Everything on this bad boy is clean. Clean up the rockers underneath, so it's not brutal. We're just going to clean it up, but it's going to look like a shiny new penny, or one that's got a lot of texture on it. It's going to be black. I think we're going to run well, we'll have to see what's on sale. I'd like a Raptor liner, but I don't want to have to buy 2 kits at $400 or $1.99. So we'll run some trim clad underneath as a rust proof once I grind all the stuff off, and then I will probably go to Canadian Tire and then grab some product from them, from Dominion Sure Seal, which is that supposed to be the best natural product, which I highly doubt. I'm sure you would die if you'd smelled it long enough, but it's a truck bed liner, and we'll clean everything up with that. But stay with us. We're going to go through it, and it should be quite exciting. You'll learn how to tape, learn how to spray, learn how to use body lines, and so on and so forth. Can't wait to get started. So to continue with this, what are we going to do? We are going to grind out these spots, which I did a little bit ahead of time. It's got a little crust in there. That's probably a good mystery spot. And then we're going to take the little die grinder, go all the way around that, not hitting the window. But then that'll get us a spot. So when I actually tape into there, and we'll show you, then I'll be able to fill that in there. And that'll do what we really need to do here. That'll clean up that. Get rid of this lick and stick spot. Oh, kick the bottom of my stand here. Grind that out. That's obviously just residual from the water pouring down there, right? We got a few odds and spots here, but we need to uncover some real grim looking stuff, and then we're going to sand everything. And there's going to be a lot of sanding on this bad boy. Unfortunately, that's how this works. We need to sand, give it a good etch, get all the other stuff cleaned off it, hit it with a bit of spray, and then start taping. Taping will be forever. There's a lot of body here. There's a lot of width to it. There's a lot of bumper. It's really, really wide. So that's where we get with that. We don't get away with just kind of haphazardly not taping things. We have to. We'll get overspray, then we'll have to clean up. We have to break out the acetones and clean stuff in it. Unfortunately, it isn't great either. So that, and the width of these is huge. And then down the whole side here, across the front bumper is like 5 of the bumpers. So a little bit of it will just be the same as what my big blue monster is. I used 3/4 of a gallon on that. This kit, I expect, is going to use a couple gallons of product. So stay with me. We're going to have at her.
Okay, now. See, what we're looking to do is to feather that out a little bit. What I found in here was a bunch of rot. I'm sure that all comes straight down in there. But what we'll do is we'll get a spray can. We'll paint that a little bit. I'll tape that off right there and right here, and we'll spot prime that or paint it. And then some things across here. But we're trying to get a nice fine, not a fine, because that's 60 grit. And I got that. That's Gator. It's a bindle from Lowe's. I find it the cheapest and easiest place to get it. That's just my Skill sander, which I find is just phenomenal. The DeWalt, if you want to destroy things and get all the crud off everything, that'll do it. Don't use it for anything else. That just, if you want to, you know, destroy things, get rid of rust and take it down to bare metal, that's the one. Don't use it for anything else.
So with that being said, we're going to tape off here and then sand here. That way we don't get into this, you know, keep it clean. Don't want to hit these lights either. So we're going to lift that up and we're going to sand all the way down here, clean that up. And it actually happens pretty quick. Excuse me. And on all this poly, it actually roughens it up quite a bit with that 60 grit. I'm not looking to have it nice. I'm looking for, you know, kind of like to be as gritty as a Scotch-Brite pad. It's going to be a heavy texture anyways, so all this poly is going to get cleaned up, and then we're going to obviously come right down there, tie that into that, get that lip done in there, and then go right down the side. So I'm pretty excited. This will actually look pretty good. It'll look better than most, and most look all right. So, you know, I always thought these with a, you know, a 3-inch lift, same kind of tire, because it's 265, are just sharp. They're really nice, but we'll just try and clean this up.
So as you can see, we've got all the nooks and crannies, all the radiuses, all the buildups. We want to kind of try and avoid sanding through. We'll hit that with a little trim clad or something. But pull your door up, put it into a place that you can work on it so you're not really scrubbing out all that kind of stuff there as well. We're going to end up spraying close to it, but I went around the whole thing except for here, which I'll do here in a second. Probably a piece of Scotch-Brite with an ordinary sander. The grit we're using is a 60 grit, and it bites in, leaves it. I'll spray it off with the duster. I'll spot prime this, and then I'll throw a little fiberglass patch in there. I'll spot prime that as well. But we are where we need to be with it thus far. It goes quick. Prep is key. Sanding is key. When it out, sand it out, and then maybe give it a wipe down with an acetone or a degreaser or something before we go to spray. I'll probably have 6 or 7 hours of just sanding and taping and what have you. The spraying part is pretty close to no time at all. So we're going to flat black, prime some spots just to seal them through the tape on there at courtesy. It's sealed, that'll all dry, it'll help. Don't have to be crazy, we're not worried too much about that right now. Maybe we'll hit it later. I like to use the Trimclad Rust-Oleum, Trimclad Rust-Oleum, I believe are even the same company. Because they're readily available. A lot of guys are, oh, you gotta have this with the 2K hardener and blah blah blah. It's the wrong project. I'm not sure what project they're on or they're talking about, but they work in a garage that affords them to have ridiculous expense accounts and $1,400 Rhino liner shit for the back of the truck. This ain't it. This is driveway stuff, and I want the same quality. I just don't want the same bill. So, and this is my own. Actually, it's my buddy's, but I'll treat it as my own. So we're going to do it properly. We're going to spot prime everything, knock down the rust penetration if we can, and then kind of go from there. So I got to tape that upper part up, hit it, and let it dry. And then this one here, I'll mix up a little fiberglass resin and or short strand fiberglass from Bondo, which is just phenomenal. And then we'll hit that. And then it's almost ready to go with a quick sand. I can probably spray that at any moment, but I'm going to do the rest of the truck. And just remember, this is key. This is key. Put a mask on. We don't know what's in that, and we don't know what's in that. I'm a sufferer of allergies, and I suffer from a lot of different issues due to those allergies, and I have an ear, nose, and throat infection continuously, and I'm sure it's due to atmospheric and being a carpenter working in really garbage places. But I've always wore a mask, but it's going to be residual. I can't stress enough, wear a mask. No tough guys. There's no tough guys running around with an oxygen tank and everyone's going, oh, look how tough he was. He really showed them. He didn't show anyone anything. Put a mask on, put a bandana on, put an N95 on. I don't give a shit what it is. Put something on. Towelette wrapped in water, wrapped around your face. Give your lungs a bit of a chance. This is not nice stuff. No one needs to expel that. That being said, let's mush on. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to browbeat someone over it, but that's just my point on that. It needs to happen. Be safe. Do the job. A paint job doesn't need to cost you your lungs. So with that being said, I'm going to mask off. I'm going to prime that, and then we're going to hit some sides. So, as I've stated before, in another video I did, there's not many tools you are going to need. One of these is going to be great for you. A DEA sander,
is actually pretty good. It's good for this stuff. I like to buy sanding disc by the bindle. A very, very, very aggressive DeWalt, which will, Christ, this thing will destroy anything. It's a DW E640 1DS. It's only good for one thing. Take the crud off crud. So floors, rockers, that kind of stuff. And then my go-to is the Skill or the DeWalt or whatever it is you want to use. But that's my go-to. It will do it. If you don't have any of the rest of them, this will do it. I've done it with just this. And of course, wear a mask. That's not good. Nope. Gonna have to use this bad boy. Never an end to the rust that comes out of these things. Never. Never a surprise. So on this, we know we have this body panel or this body line, so we're going to end up coming down here, but I can't sand all the way to it because I'll end up going across. So I want a bit of a crisp line, so I'll end up taping that, come back with a Scotch-Brite, clean that up, right? Then I'm going to go to this line, which will tie the two in, and go all the way down and go around and right around the front. These rockers have already been done. Not well, but they've been patched with a fiberglass short strand Bondo and then cleaned up. So that's what's happening. So as you can see, we're just coming down the lines here. I haven't quite broke in. This line's going to be right in there. Broke through some primer that's let go. We'll have to spot prime this. This front bumper is huge, and then that whatever the hell that brush bar thing is can just go. But I am going to do the hood. I feel I'm going to grind that off. There's a bit more over here. We'll kill that, kill this as well. The front bumper is just going to be one of those things. So we're going to sand the front hood as well. Start with some new paper. That's a 60 grit Gator. This always works better when it's blowing in your face, so you got one eye squinted and you can't see what the hell's going on. Wax.
My favorite part is when the cord gets wrapped around everything. Don't be afraid to keep changing these.